Get ready for the NFL season, because we are diving straight into the massive slate of 2026. We start with the Baltimore Ravens and the massive predictions swirling around their primetime games. Jesse Minter is stepping into a huge role as head coach, and we are locking in who Baltimore will face in those crucial early matchups. We are breaking down the intense predictions for the Ravens' schedule and what it means for the entire league.
Never get caught with a dead phone again. This INIU portable charger is compact, travel-friendly, and gives you fast 45-watt charging with a built-in USB-C cable, so there's no need to carry extra cords. With 10,000 mAh power, it's perfect for busy days, trips, emergencies, or anytime your battery drops too low. Grab yours on Amazon through the link in the comments before your phone hits 1%.
Next up, we shift focus to the Cleveland Browns and the crucial offseason battle for the tight end position. With David Njoku leaving and Todd Monken taking over, the offensive staff is scrambling to find the right piece for 2026. We look at the potential impact of players like Blake Whiteheart, Jack Stoll, and the intriguing possibility of former Cincinnati TE Joe Royer stepping into a starting role. Now, let's talk about the Houston Texans and their explosive wish list for the upcoming season. We are looking at 3 specific matchups that could ignite the entire NFL schedule and redefine the narrative in Houston. We examine how the Texans can build on their offseason success and aim for a major statement win against rivals like the Dallas Cowboys. And finally, we wrap up our look at the Baltimore Ravens' 2026 schedule, taking a final detailed look at their home and away opponents. We're mapping out the gauntlet they will face, including key matchups against the Jacksonville Jaguars, Buffalo Bills, and the Los Angeles Chargers. Don't miss a second of this analysis. Stay tuned right here for all the latest NFL news. The Baltimore Ravens are gearing up for a demanding 2026 season, with their primetime schedule set to feature some of the league's toughest competition. As head coach Jesse Minter prepares for his first year, the anticipation builds for the reveal of the schedule, which is slated to be unveiled on Thursday night. The Ravens will face a gauntlet of top-tier teams, including juggernauts from the NFC South and AFC South, alongside the second-place finishers from the AFC West, NFC East, and AFC East. Initial predictions for the primetime matchups suggest several high-stakes contests. The AFC North is highlighted as a focal point, with a confirmed primetime game anticipated between the Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. There is also speculation surrounding the Cincinnati Bengals, with reports suggesting that star quarterback Joe Burrow has expressed a desire for a home primetime game against the Ravens. Furthermore, potential matchups include the Ravens against the Cleveland Browns, Pittsburgh Steelers, Jacksonville Jaguars, Tennessee Titans, New Orleans Saints, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and the Los Angeles Chargers. Another potential grouping includes opponents such as the Cincinnati Bengals, Cleveland Browns, Pittsburgh Steelers, Atlanta Falcons, Indianapolis Colts, Houston Texans, Carolina Panthers, Buffalo Bills, and the Dallas Cowboys. Beyond the regular season slate, there are significant storylines to follow. The rivalry between Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson is set to generate excitement, especially with a potential game at the new state-of-the-art stadium. Additionally, given Jesse Minter's background as Jim Harbaugh's defensive coordinator, numerous key personnel storylines are expected to dominate the narrative as the team prepares for the season. The Cleveland Browns' offseason focus extends beyond quarterback competition, with the tight end position emerging as a critical battleground for the offensive staff. With David Njoku departing and Todd Monken taking over, identifying the top tight end option for 2026 is paramount. The offensive staff is weighing several options to fill the void. Harold Fannin Jr. remains a known talent, particularly in the aftercatch game. However, the potential role of other players like Blake Whiteheart, Jack Stoll, Joe Royer, and Carson Ryan is under close scrutiny. Whiteheart, despite limited offensive snaps, has shown promise as both a blocker and receiver, making him a realistic possibility despite the acquisition of Jack Stoll. Stoll is expected to maintain a blocking-focused role, leveraging his experience from the Philadelphia Eagles, and is anticipated to feature in various sub-packages with Monken. most intriguing prospect appears to be former Cincinnati Joe Royer, a fifth-round pick who impressed with his pure receiving skills, high-pointing ability, and blocking prowess. Royer's size and ability to engage linebackers suggest a legitimate shot at first-team reps in base 12 personnel, potentially positioning him as a starter in Monken's formations. Additionally, seventh-rounder Carson Ryan is slated to serve as a hybrid H-back, mirroring the role Patrick Ricard held in Baltimore. While players like Sal Cannella, Brendan Bates, and Caden Prescorn are likely practice squad options, Bates showed promise in 2025. Despite receiving less immediate attention, securing the tight end position is a top priority for the Browns' offensive planning moving into the next season. As the NFL enters schedule release week, anticipation is high for upcoming matchups, with the league-wide release date set for Thursday, May 14th. The Dallas Cowboys have already confirmed 2 of their games, and there are credible reports suggesting the Houston Texans will face the Jacksonville Jaguars at Wembley Stadium in Week 6. Fan interest remains intensely focused on the Texans' 2026 schedule, with fans actively seeking potential matchups to ignite the fanbase. To gauge potential excitement, analysts have compiled a hypothetical 3-game wish list. The Texans' recent history includes a disappointing loss to the Ravens on Christmas Day in the 2024-2025 season, marked by a 0-point game. However, the team has undergone a productive offseason, bolstered by a return to the league's best defense. The Texans currently hold a 1-3 record against the Ravens in the C.J. Stroud era, presenting an opportunity for them to balance the scales. Regarding the rivalry with the Cowboys, Houston has a history of success against Dallas. In the 2024-2025 season, the Texans secured a 34-10 victory over Dallas, fueled by a significant passing performance from Stroud and a standout running game from Joe Mixon. Looking ahead, the Texans will face quarterback C.J. Stroud again in the regular season. The team will be looking to secure a second victory over the Cowboys, following a 2018 overtime loss. Furthermore, the Texans could aim to challenge their division rivals, as a head-to-head matchup against the Jaguars could signal a strong start to the 2026 season, potentially helping Houston reclaim its AFC South crown, which they have shared with Jacksonville twice since 2022. The Baltimore Ravens have a demanding 2026 schedule ahead, reflecting their second-place finish in the AFC North and setting the stage for a challenging season. The team will face a gauntlet of top contenders from the NFC South and AFC South, alongside the second-place finishers from the AFC West, NFC East, and AFC East. The official schedule, including dates and times, is set to be revealed on Thursday night, but a preliminary look at Baltimore's home and away opponents has been released. The schedule features matchups against several high-profile teams. In the AFC North, Baltimore will face the Jacksonville Jaguars, Houston Texans, Buffalo Bills, Pittsburgh Steelers, Los Angeles Chargers, and Carolina Panthers. Key opponents include the Jacksonville Jaguars, who won 13 games under first-year head coach Liam Cohen and captured the AFC South title before falling to the Bills in the wild-card playoffs. The Houston Texans, who finished 12-5 second in the AFC South, will also be on the schedule. The Buffalo Bills, ranked second in the AFC East with a 12-5 record, will also be a fixture. The Pittsburgh Steelers, ushering in a new era after Mike Tomlin's departure, will be another challenge. Furthermore, the Los Angeles Chargers, who finished 11-6 second in the AFC West, and the Carolina Panthers, who finished 8-9 first in the NFC South, are slated to play. The full slate of opponents includes Cincinnati Bengals, Cleveland Browns, Pittsburgh Steelers, Jacksonville Jaguars, Tennessee Titans, New Orleans Saints, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and the Los Angeles Chargers. Other notable matchups will include the Cincinnati Bengals, Cleveland Browns, Pittsburgh Steelers, Atlanta Falcons, Indianapolis Colts, Houston Texans, Carolina Panthers, Buffalo Bills, and the Dallas Cowboys. Baltimore will be set to face 6 playoff teams in 2026, with crucial non-division games scheduled against the Jacksonville Jaguars, Buffalo Bills, Dallas Cowboys, the Los Angeles Chargers, and the Houston Texans.